Happy New Year, everyone! 2021 is officially here. Hopefully, this will be a better year for people, including myself. I know that I was glad to see some shift with the outcome of the Georgia elections to start this year, even as the continued oppressive forces of white supremacy and nationalism made themselves known in DC too. I know that my reflection and journaling process helps me to figure out what I'm thinking and feeling about the world, which is why I try to do this throughout the year. But since this is the first vlog of the new year, I wanted to talk a little bit about what my reflection and intention setting process is like in January. And this is my personal ritual, but of course, you should only do what works for you. So here are all my journals from 2020. This one has a dragon on it, which is really pretty. I also like the saying on this one: when it rains, look for rainbows. When it's dark, look for stars. Definitely felt like that mantra got used a lot last year. So those are all my journals, and I journal whenever anything important happens to me. I find it really helpful to have a safe place where I can go and try and better understand what's going on inside me. At the end of December, that's when I start my ritual. That's where I reread all of my journals from this past year and try to remember everything that happened. So as I'm rereading the events that took place, I'm also starting to make a list in my new journal, which I have right here. It's green with cute little flower prints. I make a list of all the key events and highlights that took place in 2020. So once I have the overview of the year and I've captured all of the meaningful events in that list, I try to reflect on the list to see if there are any major themes or lessons that are showing up for me. I'll also ask myself a few questions, things like, how do I think I grew this last year? Were there any moments where I surprised even myself by something I did? Were there any mistakes that I made that I do not want to repeat? And were there any experiences that I want to have more of in the new year? And then I'll write about whatever my biggest lessons were and whatever I hope for in the new year in my new journal for 2021. So I did this process myself a few days ago, and I think the biggest lesson about 2020 was me trying to learn how to let go. As someone who is a self-identified control freak, I like to imagine that I have the power to control everything. And of course, that's an illusion. It's just a very comforting illusion. And ultimately, that wasn't even true before the pandemic, but the pandemic certainly hit home how much of a fantasy that really is. And so because of that, I was forced to find new ways to cope. And this pushed me into deepening my spiritual practice in a way that I have never done before. I was praying more, I was rereading that book series, the Conversations with God books, and I was journaling a ton. And all of this spiritual practice helped me get through this last year. And I think it also helped me to find the courage to let go just a little bit more. And to be clear, letting go is still a work in progress. It's likely something that I will struggle with for the rest of my life. Control freakishness does not end overnight, apparently. But one of the silver linings of learning how to let go a little bit more was that lesson helped me to get more deeply in touch with my love of music. I do not think that I would have been brave enough to do anything on YouTube if it hadn't been for the courage that I found from that deeper spiritual practice. Being forced to step outside my comfort zone in so many ways made me braver than I otherwise might have been when it came to music too. And I'm very grateful for that silver lining. And so my intention for 2021 is to ask God to help me let go even more, because clearly I won't do it on my own. I won't let go, so I need a little push. Sometimes a whole shove, just right off the edge. So as scary as it is for me to say that, I am asking God to keep helping me to let go. Go figure. I guess the universe really does work in mysterious ways. So we'll see how long that intention lasts, and I'll be sure to keep you updated as the year unfolds. I think that's all I have for this vlog. If you have your own New Year's ritual to welcome the new year, I wish you luck with your process, and I hope that everyone is having a better start to a better new year. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to stop by and watch this, and until next time, have a great new year. Bye everyone.